1 minute warning!
To the goofball army out there, hi at the families, tell them to get to the next room, tell them to go to your neighbors, because we got goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If this is your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink, because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, the New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by...
I'm Rob, and let's talk about a little religious stuff, or maybe not. Sunday fun stuff, or the Saints?
Religious stuff? Unrelated to politics, that's the rule. So that we can't talk to the team we're playing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Good episode. See you later.
Yep, that's a nice preview episode.
Yeah.
We played the New Orleans Aints. We go call them Aints.
Yeah, the Aints, because you ain't none.
Yeah, ain't no good.
Yeah.
It's bad when Giants fans are knocking on the team. Like, this tells you how bad the Saints are, really. But yeah, guys, we're gonna go over our preview episode here with the Saints. We're gonna go through and introduce you guys to some of the players the Saints do have, along with, of course, giving you guys, as usual, our keys to victory against their upcoming opponent here, the New Orleans Saints. And I gotta say, this is one of the games I thought about going to, and I kind of wish I was now. Like I circled this one as like, this is the one. This is the game that we're probably going to win easily. And let's be honest, maybe nothing comes easy this year, but
No.
It should be a victory. So
You would hope so.
There's a lot of things I hope. None of them happen. So I hope for world peace. All right, let's get this show started.
World hunger.
All righty. Let's go ahead and meet the 2025 New Orleans Saints.
Know what I mean?
Just say, know what I mean? Like, know what
I mean?
Have you ever been? That's not how they talk. Have you even seen a movie with the accent? That's not a Cajun accent at all.
That's it. Was.
You went like, yeah, yo, bada bing, I'm New Orleans over here.
Oh, bada bing, bada boom. I mean.
Anyway, let's get into the New Orleans Saints here. So obviously, listen, guys, they're 0-4. That just tells you a lot right there. We're 1-3, so we really have much room to talk trash. No, obviously not. But
we won 25% more games.
Yes, this is one of the few that we can. So week 1, they lost to the Cardinals 13-20. So that was a pretty close game there. Lost then to the 49ers week 2, 21-26. Another close game. And then it all went downhill. Week 3, lost to the Seahawks 13-44. Freaking got crushed. Like, look at that game.
It was bad.
It felt like every single drive the Seahawks scored. Every single one, it felt like. Now, last week, they did kind of turn it around a little bit as they lost to the Bills. On paper, it looks much worse, 19-31, but they were within a touchdown in the fourth quarter against the Bills. But again, we said it before, say it again, the Bills are that team that for some reason allows really bad teams to stay in it and just wins in the end anyway. It's just a quirk they have, I guess.
It's like they're playing with their food. It's like a catch.
Yeah. That is a perfect analogy. Like, that's exactly what the scenario is. So their offense is ranked 28th in the league in points per game at 16.5. 22nd in yards at 301 yards per game. So they're definitely doing a little better on the yardage way, not necessarily the points way, which tells you basically, like most things, we always say bad teams find a way to lose. Well, that's a sign of a bad team. When you're below average, but not as horrible, ridiculously horrible on the yards, but you're like one of the worst teams in points. It just means you ain't getting shit done.
Yeah.
That's a technical term, by the way. Yes.
Pretty sure. Nolans.
Oh my God. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Don't even mention gumbo or beignets but their passing attack basically is pretty much abysmal. It's they're top 5 in passes attempted per game. Now, keep in mind, a lot of that is because they're playing from behind. That does increase how many passes you tend to throw. But top 5 in passes per game at 37.3. Yet 27th in yards per game at 117. Pretty bad.
Yeah.
And 30th in yards per game at 5.1. I'm sorry, yards per game. Sorry, yards per pass. Pretty bad if it was yards per game. Just 5.1, but for yards per pass. So that's pretty damn bad. You're talking, like I said, attempts high, yards and yards per pass low. Tells you they're a really bad team at passing the ball. And what do you expect with Spencer Rattler as your quarterback, obviously, but he's thrown just one all year, so I'll give him that. He's at least been good about that. But if one thing I guess you can give them credit for is the Giants pass rush is going to have a little bit of a challenge-esque kind of game on their hands there, as Spencer Rattler's only been sacked on 5.7% of passing attempts, which is 16th in the league. Now, I may not be a genius, Rob. I may not. But there's 32 teams in the league, so I believe that's rated at the midpoint. That's rated half. That's rated average. So it's an average pass protection, which, let's be honest, as Giants fans, we can't trash because we wish we were average.
Yeah.
Their strength is running the ball. They don't do it very often, but that is their strength. They're because again, top 5 in passes per game. They're 9th in rushes per game at 28.3. Now, again, a lot of this, why they're so high in rushing attempts and passing attempts, is because of the fact that the defense is horrendous. When your defense can't stay on the field because you're giving up points, the offense goes in the field more often and has to do more plays. It's just simple math there. They're averaging 4.4 yards per rush, which is 16th, and 124 rushing yards per game, which is 10th in the league. So that's a little bit of a concern for me because the Giants, let's be honest, we have not been good at stopping people from running the ball. Just look at last week. Murray and Hampton literally had 1.5 times in that one game what he had in the first 3 games combined.
Yeah, and half that was based off of 2 runs.
If the queen of ball should be the king, it's still the same thing. He had them.
Listen, I'm not saying like to deter it. I'm agreeing with you. Like we should not be giving up a 6. We not should be giving up a 6-yard run. Like that's ridiculous.
If people could tackle looking at you, Bobby Okereke, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the big runs I'm seeing this year, Bobby Okereke is right there and just not wrapping up. Like
you leave what he does.
Randy Childs 9 months later, just not wrapping up.
Yeah. I'm saying you leave what he does on the weekends alone.
Maybe during the week as well, I'd assume. I hope so. It's sick. Anyway, let's talk about the offensive players here. Spencer Rattler, 67.1 completion percentage, 765 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 16 rushes for 102 yards. Be honest, not great. Like, I don't want to be too disrespectful because the Giants aren't like, it's not like we're some juggernaut with a great, amazing quarterback. Let's be honest. But in the end, Spencer Rattler would not be a starter on pretty much any team. He's not a bad backup. Let me be clear on that. I guess that's probably the nicest way to say it. He's not a bad backup because he's efficient. He keeps you in a game. Like there's some good things to him as far as a backup. But as a starter,
he's 0-8 as a starter. 0-9.
I'd have to look up the.
Jack starts undefeated.
I can tell you he's 0-4 for this year. But like I said, he's just not that good. The real star of their offense is Alvin Kamara, who is somehow at the age of 30 on pace for his highest rushing total for any year he's ever played, which is just insane. 30s when a running back's supposed to start dying, not a couple years earlier. 65 carries, 256 yards. That's a 3.9 yards per carry average. 1 touchdown, 13 catches, and 49 yards. Kendre Miller, also not a bad backup there. I'll put it that way. 28 carries, 124 yards, and a touchdown, 3 catches for 11 yards. So you got a couple of running backs that are doing decent things there, and one who's been a star in this league, it seems like, for like 30 years now. Yeah, 9 seasons now with the Saints. It's crazy. But that's a concern. Like, if you want to look for things to be worried about as a Giant fan, it's this running game for the Saints, because we've had troubles every single time we face anybody who can run. And when somebody can't run the ball, we just find ways to create the troubles and all of a sudden give the magical pass to go down to the end zone. You know, like that's is what it is. Then you got on the wide receiver end. This is where it gets kind of shady here. Because keep in mind, these numbers I'm going to give you, guys. These guys have been in for all 4 games. There has not been like crazy injuries on this team like that. So Chris Olave, who's got 28 catches for 185 yards and a touchdown. This is the guy that we've talked about before. Is like, you know, a guy who might be in the trading block here. But he's not the player he was. He really isn't. And he's had concussions. He's had some injuries. He's just kind of, unfortunately, it seems like unless things all of a sudden change, he's becoming that guy. And we all know a couple of people like this that have a really hot start to their career and then just kind of fizzle out. You know, we've seen it.
I mean, he was drafted when Thomas down there was going through some injuries, this, that. He was explosive as his rookie year.
He's 2 years.
Good plays. I didn't finish, man.
I'm saying.
Come on. Listen, he took over the Mike Thomas spot as the number 1 here too. So way to interrupt, douche. So he starts number 2 behind Mike Thomas's rookie year. And then goes takes over Thomas because Thomas barely plays, and then he's been the number 1 and then has dealt with the concussions and injuries. But he's also like, I feel it's like unfair to say he was injured, but he's come back from injury, but he's also got Spencer Rattler thrown to him. It's like if he went to another team, kind of like what happens with the Giants when you have good receivers that doesn't play well with the Giants, and go elsewhere that has someone that could throw them the ball and create creative plays for them to get a scheme open and maybe give the quarterback some time to throw the ball. He might be able to do a little better.
I will say this though, just because I think your Saints history is a little off year wise. Michael Thomas was already done for by when they drafted him in 22. His last year was 2019. He was on the team, but he played 3 games that year.
Oh, he was injured. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, that's the story of Michael Thomas. That's why he's a crappy player now. But I feel like Chris Olave is kind of like the Michael Thomas Temu version. Like, he had a couple of good years. Then he got the injury issues, but in his case is mostly the concussions. And he's just not the same player anymore. Same as Michael Thomas. But Michael Thomas was an amazing player for like 5-6 years and then just done. It's just sometimes that happens. They also got Rashid Shaheed, who has one of the coolest names, by the way, in all of football. Like, try saying that 10 times fast. 18 catches, 174 yards, and 1 touchdown. Brandon Cooks back with the Saints for his next go around here, as he seems to change teams once a year. Just seems to get bored and want to travel the country, I guess. 15 catches for 98 yards. So none of those guys, would you say, are doing really amazing things there? Their actual leading receiver is Juwan Johnson, their tight end. 22 catches, 204 yards, and 1 touchdown. So we'll have to go ahead and kind of keep an eye out for him, because that's another thing. Keep in mind that Giants have had issues with over the years, and this season too is part of it. is stopping tight ends. And this is a team that basically throws the 4 guys, and a good part of
the
that.
time to tight end.
Yeah, well, that's what happens sometimes when you're a bad offense. You get tight ends involved because you don't have time to actually let things get open downfield, or you don't see things downfield.
Let's not forget that Kamara's last year pretty good at catching the ball behind the field.
Yeah,
and running the ball. So
he is, but that's been down this year. He's got 49 yards receiving all year. Now again, he's going to play the Giants.
I was about to say. Look at our pass rush. Us up in a rush. Like that goes with the passes behind the field. Like that just confuses the Giants. Oh hell, like you're not going to run up the middle. You're going to go to the side. What do? 10, 15, 20 yards down the field.
Let's be honest, not much doesn't confuse the Giants defense at this point. They still scare me, and I'm still not going to be sold that last week was some kind of turning point until I see it against a good team on multiple occasions that actually is healthy. You know what I mean? Like the Eagles game, that's the one I'm kind of penciling next week to see how legit this team is. So on defense, guys, they're giving up about 30.3 points per game. That's 30th in the league, which I can't believe that's not 32nd. To be very frank with you, that's insane to give up 30 points per game. What's even crazier is they're averaging giving up 324 yards per game, which is 18th. So again, what did I say before? Bad teams find a way to lose, and this is what that exactly shows you. Like they're not giving up yard after yard after yard, but they're giving up points after points after points. Now, some of that is because of the fact that our offense is bad, which means that when you have a bad offense, you tend to punt the ball away quite often. You give up good field range, and then next thing you know, the team doesn't have enough chance to score more yards. You know what I mean? They're in the end zone before they get the chance to do something crazy.
They also love big plays.
Yeah. Now,
look at that Seattle game.
They're at a 71.17 completion percentage, 28th in the league. 8 yards per pass, 27th in the league. So, yeah, really bad against the pass. Now, the biggest concern I would have for us on the offensive side of the ball against the Saints, they're really good at getting pressure to the quarterback. 9.02% of pass attempts have turned into sacks. It's 8th in the league. Now, keep in mind 2 things. One, our offensive line has a tendency to not be so good. Number 2, you got Jaxson Dart, who's still trying to get that internal alarm clock going to know when pressure is coming around the corner. You saw it very much against the Chargers game. There's a couple of games it's like, I'm like, how the hell could you not feel this coming? You can't hold on to the ball for 10 seconds. But again, it's a rookie. That's what rookies do. Jaxson Dart's going to need some time to develop that. So this is kind of a dangerous game from that aspect to see as far as that. Now, like the Giants, they do not get a lot of turnovers. 0.9% of pass attempts have ended up in an interception. That's 24th in the league. Their rush defense is average 4.4 yards even per carry, which is 13th, and 118.8 rushing yards per game, which is 18th. So the big thing for them is just if you can get the ball in the air, chances are your receiver's going to catch it. And we know they lost both their corners. They lost Paulson Adebo to us. They lost Lattimore to the Cardinals. Commanders, wrong C team. So they got a whole brand new secondary basically. Now, as far as guys on defense, it's still Demario Davis, who I've always said is one of probably the most underrated players in the entire NFL. If he played for a good team, he would be like a household name, I feel like, in the NFL. He's that good. 38 tackles so far this year, 4 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery. And next to him is Pete Warner, who's also been a very good linebacker as well. 30 tackles, 1 sack, 2 passes deflected, a tackle for loss, and a fumble recovery there. The big scary guy, if you're a Giants fan this week, Carl Granderson, or defensive end / outside linebacker, depending on where they want to put him and how you want to call him. 20 tackles, 4.5 sacks, which is second in the NFL right now. 6 tackles for loss, 2 passes deflected. He's been just an absolute freaking beast. Cameron Jordan, still on the team. I'm shocked by this. I feel like he's really been on this team since the New Orleans Saints were franchised. I think he played with Archie Manning. He's 36 years old, guys, now. 15th year on the team. In the days of salary caps, you don't really see 15 years with the same team. That's a lot. And he's still productive. 12 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 4 QB hits so far this year. So that's still a very productive player. Think of him like Kayvon Thibodeau. That's kind of similar outcome. I'm sure I have to look up Kayvon's stats, but in my head, I'm thinking that's probably similar stats to what Kayvon is. Chase Young is also a Saint. He's injured, though. He's going to be out. I know, shocker. Chase Young injured. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And then as far as their corners, so Kool McKinstry is going to be there. He's their number 1. Now, he's a guy that we targeted actually in the draft last year, and instead ended up, with Drew Phillips later on, and got in that second round instead Tyler Nubin. But that's a guy that the Giants were really, really high on getting. Good young corner, still learning though to be a number 1. And that's something the Giants should be able to go ahead and take advantage of overall. He's got a PFF grade that is 48.7. That's how bad. 48.7, guys.
Sounds like he's doing good. Wow.
And he's probably their best corner. Alontae Taylor, 55.5 PFF grade. And then our old friend, Isaac Yedem, ex-Giant. He's their starting slot corner with a 49.2 PFF grade. That's insanity. Now, he's also questionable. He might not even play in the game. That's crazy. So
you're saying there's a chance for a revenge game. Gotcha.
So of the 164 corners that PFF have given PFF grades to so far this year, because they've just done enough snaps to qualify, their rankings are 111, 131, and 133 of 164. That's their starters. That's insane.
It's a good start.
Absolutely insane. And this is why I'm so bullish in this game. So, it's what you would think. So, let's get you guys comments here. So, we got Deb start off. Hey, kids.
What's up, Deb?
What's going on? What's going on? Jay says 2 giant meatballs. Actually, I love when a restaurant has a big giant meatball on a plate.
Yeah. Nice red sauce.
Or a giant meatball sub. I love a good meatball sub. Oof.
Little Parmesan, meatball parm.
Anyway, Anthony says Vegas hates the Giants for 1.5 point underdog.
Hey, listen. Listen. Before the injury, before the Chargers games, Vegas just put us like 3 points ahead. So we were favored by 1.5 points. And listen, we're still going down to the Saints to play them. We're still favorites. 3 points is pretty much Saints an even game if you're playing the home team.
Yeah, except the whole thing's insane. I get it. Neighbors is a special player. He's a very big, name. He's a very good player overall, but he's not bringing a difference of 4 points a game. Like that's a little bit of a stretch there. Jason Spencer Rattler with the little snake image there.
Rattling for Rattler.
I feel like you guys are jinxing this game. Stop it. I can't help it. For once.
That's true.
For once, I am actually optimistic in a game. It is so rare. Let me enjoy this.
Yeah. I've been there kind of the other way around this game a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we should win this game, but I am not optimistic like Drew. It's like
we're gonna win, goddammit.
This is gonna be a close game. It's gonna be ugly. And
all hail New York Giants.
There we go. Jason says, listen, I mean, at the end of the day, you're not wrong. That is one of your catchphrases, Rob. Like if you were a doll with a pull string, that'd be one of the things you would say. At the end of the day, you're not wrong. Yeah, I had plenty of them myself. I'm sure they can give you a whole list. I'm sure. It's funny how like until you do something like this, you don't realize you say things until you listen to yourself do something like this. Because I listen to episodes sometimes like, oh my god, what is that? What I said? Like, such a schmuck. Anthony
The
says,
Queen had balls.
"Listen, that's that. Listen, that's a true phrase."
That's why there's a king. The Queen is dead.
No. But when you are the royal person, like the actual one in the family, you are the queen or the king, and somebody else just married into you to become the queen or the king. That's the whole phrase. Is like, well, yeah, you could rule the country if you were a man, basically, because back then the queens had to marry somebody and they actually ran the country.
Queen Victoria. That's why Hail to the Queen came around in England.
Yes,
she married Prince Albert, and Prince Albert never became king. That's why you get Prince Albert as a person and not as King Albert.
Well, first off, I don't get the comparison. Let me be the first to assure you of that.
Look, I didn't say you. I'm just saying, looking it up. True story. Move on.
I never thought I had to say this in the show, but needles and penises don't go together.
Unless you need penicillin, I guess.
Oh my god. Anthony says, isn't Okereke leading the league in tackles? Well, yeah, I believe he's actually pretty high up there, but he still made some bad plays. I'm actually not been a fan of Okereke's play this year. I think he's
just one of the best in this position, but yeah, he's not bad.
I don't even know about that.
Let's just say, like, oh yeah, the QB play has not been good this year. I'm not a fan of our quarterback. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god!
You're just being a Debbie Downer.
You could have a guy who is like a good player, but he's a stat compiler, and that's what I kind of feel like has been going on right now with Bobby Okereke, who, by the way, he's tied for 7th in the league right now in tackles. I wanted to look it up for y'all. Demario Davis, by the way, is also same number of tackles. But I'm just saying, I just think if you watch the game and you actually watch the tape of a lot of these big runs, he's around there all the time. You know, and I think that's what it boils down to is I watch those plays and I can't get past them. Jay says it kind of felt good for some of our players to start making plays last week. I bet we win, and it's super ugly. That wouldn't shock me. Let's be honest. We're not going to do things pretty for a while, probably. Yeah. Jay says Alvin Kamara has worn that ugly Tookus will say nose ring since college. Pretty rare people keep them more than a year.
Yeah.
Is that rare?
I don't think it's rare.
I mean,
I think you're going to commit. You're going to commit.
I mean, I have a nose ring. I'm not wearing it right now. I don't really wear it ever, but I wore it for 10 years probably.
I don't look at me.
You know I had a septum piercing.
I know, and it's even when I had to talk to you, I still had to look up your nose.
I know. It's even weirder when you're like all like that. But yeah, no, I have a septum ring. It's gauged out to a 6 gauge even. It's cartilage. It'll never close. So sometimes I'll still wear them. It is what it is. Jason's Olave was 2022 draft, I thought. Yes, he was. Says Olave probably has more brain cells than Scatterboo. No excuses. Well, listen, I got to be honest. I love watching Scatterboo play, but I think he lost his brain cells quite a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't think he fully matured past middle school, if you look at it coming out. But I'm not knocking him because I love to play.
I said I do. I love it too. Anthony says Jay Olave doesn't run with his head down. No, well,
yeah.
As you said, Giants should win, right? Anthony says Drew and Rob. What I'm hearing is that Robinson and Slayton should cook this weekend. I'm saying basically this secondary is so bad that if Jalen Hyatt doesn't get a catch, he needs to not just be cut by the Giants, but by the entire NFL in a unanimous, ceremonious signing or unsigning, I guess, whatever word you want to use that for. But it's a really, really bad secondary. Jay says, I feel like this will be an ugly, ugly win. Let's still take a win.
Probably.
Jay says, cook microwave dinners? No, I actually get very good meals cooked for me. We had tacos tonight, actually. So my wife is literally a professional cook. So therefore, yeah, definitely not hurting in the food area. My stomach will clearly show. That's why I don't go to the Golden Corral, much to the chagrin of Jay. Ace of Spades is given those stats. How didn't Buffalo blow them out? Because that's just what Buffalo does. Again, you can go through the list of. Didn't they play them like week 1 last year too?
Week 1? I don't know about week 1, but early in the year.
I'm gonna look here. Bills Saints 2024. I want to say they did. Maybe not. Who was it they played in week 1? I'm trying to remember. The Bills, there was somebody that played in week 1, I want to say, and it was like a really, really close game. People were like, whoa, what the hell? This is maybe not the same team. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick for you guys here. Let's see here. 2024. Okay. It was the Jaguars, but they actually ended up destroying them in the end. But if I remember correctly, they were in it. No, the Bills crushed them right off the bat. I'm totally misremembering things. But there was a couple of teams they played. I was just that one particular one I was thinking in my head. Like, here's a good one for you. The Colts last year. They beat them 30-20. Look what we did to the Colts. You know, like that's not exactly, a crazy, crazy loss there. Like the Dolphins, who were crap last year too, they beat them 30-27. Granted, divisional foes, that's part of it there. Patriots, again, another divisional one, but 24-21. They weren't good last year.
I'm not going to give you that one because that's the divisional game.
I get it. I'm just throwing it out there. There's a lot of teams that they played, I feel like, in the past, and you go, okay, they should blow these guys out, and they just don't. And it's not even a knock on them. They still get the win. Who cares? You get the win. That's all that matters.
Yeah. He's down the record from now, like another 12 weeks, and you're looking at the record. No, it's going nowhere. If it's a close game, blowout, it doesn't matter. Overtime, you still won. So it's not a tie.
Yeah. Let's see here. Jay says, Theo, the X Factor. I think Theo Johnson's going to get called on a lot more than he's been called at his whole entire career yet so far. Granted, hasn't been a long career yet, but I'm saying I think he's going to have to step up and take a good role. I really do.
He also hasn't been called much, so.
Yeah. Well, he's also dropped much. That's the problem. Jay says SRS Ace, which I'm not sure what that means. What SRS, what does that mean? Is this some kind of lingo the kids know that I don't know? Is this like 6'7"?
Gotta get a note, bro.
Ace of Spades, I think the Seattle game skewed those Saints defensive stats. Not as much as you would think. Because again, they scored, what would I say it was on where I had my notes there from that. 44 points. They still gave up 20 points to the Cardinals, which was probably their best defensive outing. 26 to the 49ers. And remember, nobody was healthy that 49er game. That was the game where they had like no one. Like they had Mac Jones in there, no Kittle. Like the whole entire team was on the IR, I felt like. Then obviously the Seahawks won, and then 31 points to the Bills. So, you've got enough games now. I feel like you kind of know what you got to a certain degree. Things will change here and there a little bit, obviously, and you'll have good times and bad times, and it could just be a bad start to their defense. But that when you got literally people with under 50 on PFF grades starting at corner, I don't think they're skewed.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. You don't get that from one game. Anthony says, Jay, they should definitely win this weekend. There we go. A little optimism. I love the optimism there. There we go. Jay says, I think so too, but I've been burned for even thinking that before with this team. Yes, we've all been there. Anthony says, who cares about England? I thought we stopped caring in 1775. Well, first
1776 is when we revolted the Boston Massacre, and technically the Declaration of Independence was signed to 83.
The Boston Massacre was before 76. 76 is when they signed the Declaration of Independence.
No, it wasn't. It was like 83 when it was signed. 1783.
Let's see here. 1770. Hold on. 1770 was the Boston Massacre. When was the Declaration of Independence signed? I'm going to give you a heads up before I even finish typing here. You'll see me type in a minute. July 4th, 1776.
Nope. It's like 83 or 86. Okay.
I was close. August 2nd, 1776.
All right, so when was the Revolutionary War finished?
Congress on July 4th, but it wasn't actually put onto paper and signed until August 2nd. So it was a month-long process.
When was the war finished? Because that's when.
No, but that Declaration of Independence was then. The Declaration of Independence was before the war. After the war was signed, the Articles of the what's the name? It was Articles of the I forget. Now you got to be going into
Congress.
Articles of the Confederation. That's what it was. Not to be confused with the Confederacy, but Articles of the Confederation. And there was Continental Congresses. And there was a whole bunch of things. George Washington wasn't even the first president, by the way. He was the first president under our current Constitution.
Correct.
So we get all kinds of history things. You guys didn't think you'd learn anything today, did you?
Right.
So
listen, if you guys are still saying we didn't care about what England had to say, 100% you did, because if England would kick your ass, you're all getting hanged. You definitely didn't care what they had to say.
Oh my!
You just stopped caring to a point.
Jay says, according to Rob, Okereke leads linebackers and stats. That means he's a lead.
When did I ever say that?
I don't know. Did you say that and I missed it?
No, I just said.
You know,
I was making fun of you saying that. Yeah, he has a lot of tackles, so that means he's terrible.
I'm just used to you making fun of me. It's okay.
It goes both ways.
Exactly. Whoa, hello. Jason, Rob likes fish and chips. Also a proper pint.
Just first off, I'll skip the fish and chips.
Who doesn't love a good fish and chips and a proper beer with it? Like seriously. As Jay says, a rectum piercing? No, a septum piercing. septum. Septum.
Oh, talk about some booty piercings. Did you hear about Nicki Minaj losing like a $10,000 butt piercing, whatever it is?
What?
I'll look it up. It was like $13,000. It was like 2 carats or something, and a diamond stud. Kind of like, you know how like you have like
piercing their butt, and how? And do I even want to ask how?
Think about the belly button, like the little pierce. Think about where the butt crack ends.
No,
so you got like pierce. Google it, man. I learned about last week.
Not to get gross, but imagine having to clean that every time you go to the bathroom like that. Because you like when a new piercing got to like with a tongue ring, got to Listerine and all that kind of stuff. Like, what are you doing? Throwing Listerine?
More diamonds, shit diamonds.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Jay says no. If Hyla catches a bomb, we'll never hear the end of it. We won't. I'm telling you, like, it's going to be one of those things. And actually, I was on a show last night, and Dash was in the comments section. He was trying to tell people, "Oh, watch, Hyatt's going to go great, and Hyatt's going to go off." I'm like, "When would people give up on Hyatt?" And you know, I got nothing but mad respect for Dash. He's good people, but I'm just like, why? Why do people still believe in this guy? Like, how many years? It's like that. He's like, and I know it's going to sound a little ridiculous with what he's doing right now, but it's like the Daniel Jones thing where people keep saying, if he just had more time, if he just had this, if he just had that, like eventually it's not working. It's time to move on. Anthony says, I want a compensatory pick for Hyatt based on pain and suffering. Have you tried calling Morgan? Let's call Morgan and Morgan on that one. Jay says, based on the media trying to sell him as some game breaker despite never doing shit. Yeah. Yep. Anthony says, everyone thought the Saints were great last year when they were 2-0, and then it crumbled. Yeah. And then Jay says, Rob sees Buffalo blowout. He's thinking all you can eat Buffalo Wild Wings.
And I think about people jump through tables. Let's not forget about that.
Oh my God. Jay says Saints beat our butt last year. Yes, they did.
No, that's 2 years. No, that's 2 years ago.
It was last year, I thought, wasn't it?
No, look it up.
You're right.
It was a close game.
It was their first year without David Carr, right?
Last year was like 10-14 or something like that. That's not a blowout. That's like Drew saying week 1 he kicked my ass by beating me with 4 points.
Oh yeah, right. It was 14-11. It was closer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just the fact that we're so used to losing with everything just seems horrible. Anthony says we didn't play the Saints last year. Yes, we did. December 8th, 2024.
It was like the week before we played the Colts.
Wasn't that the week that Carr got injured? That's the one that like ended his career.
Baby.
Right at the end of the game, if I'm right. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Jay just said it. Derek Carr hurt. Yeah, we did. Yeah. He says maybe 23. No, it was 24. Anthony says, Rob, I'm disappointed in you. We stopped caring about England when we started the war, Rob.
Listen, history lesson, because half America at the time were actually on the side of England. Just say, do your history.
Spaces. Okereke have a lot of tackles because their opponents' running backs are reaching the second level of the defense at a high rate. That's correct. But like I said, I think both are true. He's getting a lot of tackle opportunities because the defensive line sucks besides Dexter Lawrence, who, let's be honest, been coming back from his injury and hasn't been the same Dexter Lawrence. He'll get there. I have no confidence in that. It's not me trying to talk trash about him. I'm just saying he's still coming back and kind of getting back into game speed with that injury. But Okereke hasn't necessarily done what he should do with those opportunities. Like I said, there's a lot of big plays I'm seeing. He's just blowing right by him. So, yeah, it's an issue. Anthony says, sorry, all. Mistake in the Saints game won't happen again. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Now we can move on to we can grow together as Giants fans, okay?
Yes.
All right.
And history fans.
Let's pay the bills real quick, guys. And then we're going to come back and talk about keys to victory for this game here.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All right, guys, let's talk about the keys to victory here. In the game that, again, we're at the very least more confident than usual. Is that fair to say, Rob?
Yeah, especially given the start of this year.
Especially given the start of this year, all of last year, all of the year before.
All right. We get it. We suck.
I'm just saying. So number one, and this is a big one, guys. This is as big as it gets to turning things around for the Giants overall in the season. Get red zone confidence. So the Saints are literally allowing a red zone TD percentage of 76.92, which is 30th in the NFL. This has been one of the biggest issues for the Giants overall. And this is a chance to kind of get some confidence going, feel like, okay, I can do this. You know, this is kind of like that kind of game for us with this defense, the way it's going to be. And I'm just going to say this. This is a separate thing from getting the confidence of the red zone. Let the damn kid pass.
Hell yeah. Especially against the secondary. Let the kid cook.
Let the kid pass already. If I see one more red zone opportunity where we get in within like the 5-yard line and we run it up the gut 3 goddamn times and then just kick the field goal, I'm going to be pissed. You got to go ahead and give this kid a chance. If you're going to put him in there, then why put him in there just to run the ball a couple times? And
yeah,
I get it a little more against the Chargers. Good defense. This is a bad defense. This is the chance to go ahead and kind of let loose the reins a little and see what happens.
Yeah. This is time to actually let him play his game, be a little more, get a little more experience, especially like we said, like Neighbors not being there. Let him diversify that ball and actually get some confidence, especially like in the end zone. Like, let's go ahead and utilize those tight ends in the end zone and let him get those short, quick passes. Like, that's just still rare. And
don't throw to Wandale Robinson in the red zone. Just saying.
Yeah.
As Anthony says, hey, Jay, do you remember when someone told us Dart wasn't ready?
I wasn't saying he wasn't ready. I was just saying you should baby him. There's a difference. And I was wrong. I already admitted to that.
As Anthony said, I can tell you're reading Drew. I'm just trying to get Jay going. No. I said, I'll even say it myself. I didn't say he wasn't ready per se. What I said is don't rush him. Don't force him out there. Let Dable make the call. And that's what happened. Now, was it earlier than I expected? Yes. But I also didn't expect to have a horse shit looking offense go 0-3. I mean, that's is what it is.
Yeah.
Anthony says I was calling Drew out, but you could take the blame, Rough. I knew.
Well, listen. Listen. I'm the one that said prior to the week, let's not get our egos in the way and let Dart start because we want our flashy new toy to play over us when we should start him against the Saints. I 100% said that. And when we won, the first thing I said is my foot in my mouth because the kid cooked.
He did.
So.
He did. Number 2, and it kind of goes along what we were just talking about. Get the passing game going because this is the weakest pass defense Dart's going to face in a while, guys. Like, if you really, really want to go ahead and get this kid developing, give Jaxson Dart a chance to chuck the rock because he's got the next 3 weeks, the Eagles, the Broncos, the Eagles. Like, this is the best chance to release that leash there and let him do his thing that you're going to have for a while. And assuming he does well against this defense, which he should because this defense sucks against the pass. We've just established this. Assuming he does good, he now goes in with a little bit of high and a little bit of confidence against these Eagles and against these Broncos, and then back again against the Eagles. That's a really tough stretch of defenses. The last thing you want to do is still be running this college offense against them. You want to be able to feel like, okay, maybe I have to play this college offense to kind of rein in Dart to a certain degree, but I can let him cut loose every so often because I see what he did against New Orleans. He has the confidence. He knows he can do it.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely listen. Once again, I said it prior to this week, prior to this game you should start because this is a game where you can build a lot of confidence. And you're already starting that snowball effect where Avalanche, where it's going downhill. You need to let this kid let the rings loose, get the confidence. So this way, when he starts playing those tougher games, and he does make cool mistakes, he doesn't feel so bad about them.
Yeah.
Let him make some mistakes against
he's gonna.
team that he's going to, but let him make the mistakes now where we could recover.
And against a team that, quite frankly, is one of the few worse than us getting picks.
Yeah.
Like, you can take the shot and take the risk with this team because they've already shown they can't do it. And I mean, who knows? It was the same to us before last week. We just got 2 interceptions. That's probably the only reason why our stats are even somewhat better now. But we'll have to see what happens. But to me, you got to give the kid a chance to cook. You got to give him a chance to get some confidence going. Number 3, stop the run for once in your lives.
Have a guide, guys.
Like, seriously, this is a real. And what drives me crazy is I go back. I know none of us want to really go back to Hard Knocks. Let's go back though to Hard Knocks for just a minute. And we're not talking about the Saquon Joe Shane call. Don't worry. What I'm talking about is when they hired Shane Bowen. What they keep saying, oh, he's really good at stopping the run. Look how good he is at stopping the run. He stops the run. He's good at stopping the run. Is he?
I haven't seen it. Is it better than what Week was doing? I don't know.
To me, honestly, I think we like I said, we romanticize Wink because everybody liked his like fun personality. He's worse than Wink, but
that's what I'm saying. Is he better than like? I'm talking about like our rush defense has been bad for a long time. Like, has it gotten better? Has it gotten better since Bowen been there?
No, I think it's gotten a little worse.
Has the defense gotten better against tight ends since Bowen's been there? Like,
no. He's just not. Like I said, he's just not good. But Kamara, like I said before,
we just blitz less. That's the difference on our defense.
Kamara's on pace, guys, at 30 years old to go for 1,088 yards, which, like I said, is highest total he's ever had. Like, this is going to be a potential career year for him at 30, and partially because he's the only weapon they got. Let's be very frank about that.
That's 100% what that is. Like, at 30 years old, he's about to get a bad back because he has to carry this terrible team on his back.
Yeah, but it's like you got to think that at some point, offenses are going to look at what the Giants are doing and say, you know what? I want no part of this pass rush, and I'm going to go ahead and just run the ball because they can't stop the run. Like, I'm shocked the team hasn't done that yet, really. I mean, to a certain degree, you saw with the Washington game the very first week, because they definitely ran the ball a lot. But they also have a run-happy offense in general.
I was going to say, that's just...
Yeah, that wasn't the game plan. That's just their regular plan.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, like, Harbaugh, like, I mean, he's typically more of a run-happy kind of guy, but, I mean, Herbert's been throwing pretty well. And listen, the Giants...
Yeah.
The Giants, well, their run has set up their pass game because everyone expects to run from them. But Giants secondary also has not been good as well. So, like, I don't know if, I guess, Harbaugh just came in with a plan of just throwing against us. And
you got the pass rush, at least. That's part of the equation as far as
yeah.
What the Giants do well. And if I was an offense and I could run the ball or I could pass the ball, and I do both equally as good, let's say it that way for a second, why would I not just keep running the ball, because his team can't stop it? I control the clock. I score. I have productive drives. There's no downfall.
Yeah.
Force this team to figure out how to stop the run. And I'm so glad no one's figured it out yet. But someone's gonna. So hopefully it's not this week.
Eagles.
I don't know the way Saquon's looking. Have you seen what Saquon's been doing this year?
Well, the problem is we'll get into that more next week, but that offense is in turmoil, and their lines got a little beat up there.
Saquon is literally averaging 3.1 yards per carry this year.
Yeah, well, because he's playing it behind the line, that was almost like with the Giants' offensive line play.
No, I won't go that far at all. They still have enough talent in there. They're still hands down better than us.
They are, but not that far off.
We'll talk about that next week, though. We'll talk about it. We're talking about Saints here. We're talking about
the Saints are come marching into their own hometown, where we go marching into their hometown.
Next up, number 4, play clean football. That's simple. Don't give up turnovers. Don't crazy penalties. This is one of those things that I feel like you can go ahead and win this game by just playing how you've been playing. But if you keep giving up yards, you keep giving up big plays that help the Saints, you're going to be in trouble. Because as much as we're joking around about the Saints, saying the Saints are a horrible team, which they are, it's not like the Giants are amazing playoff Super Bowl contenders. Like, let's be honest about what we are in the process, too. So, we can't make mistakes and still win. We're not that good.
Yeah.
So,
and listen, there's a couple games where you can say, like, especially against like Dallas, there's a couple penalties, you take them back, we win the game. That's could have, should have. So that's not making mistakes, and had that could have, what is it? Talk Sunday and Monday.
Or if maybe you just don't play prevent defense and give them a chance to score a 65-yard field goal, but that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, especially against that guy. But
next up, the Saints can get to QBs, and the line point blank has to help Dark this week, and recognize that he's, like I said earlier, still developing that internal pass rush alarm. He doesn't have it yet, guys. He's holding on to the football too long. We saw he was sacked 6 times last week, guys. And if you look, the offensive line didn't do a bad job. Watch those sacks, and I'm telling you, you'll see he was holding on to the ball too long. He wasn't moving around in the pocket because he was so focused on looking for receivers. And again, that's not a knock. That's just me saying point blank, it's his first game starting. He's still learning to play in the NFL. There's a reason rookie quarterbacks don't hit the ground running usually.
Listen, I hope to see a lot of 2 tight end setups here. Maybe a fullback setup as well. Like, Scatterboo is a scrapper, but I don't want to see Scatterboo go in there, run up to block. I like to see, like, maybe Belger line up in the back, maybe Matt Hurts line up in the back, Matt Hurts being an extra man on the side. Like, let's maybe Belly, Matt Hurts on the side. Like, I know everyone wants to talk about, Theo and what's face going down inside to run the ball long, but like, hey, give your rookie quarterback a couple extra blocks and someone that you might be able to pass the ball off to in a quick safety net. Not a bad thing.
Yeah. I really feel like what we could do in this scenario, and listen, we'll see what we do at the running back position because I still want Turbo Miller called up. He should have been called up last week. But maybe what you do is you keep 2 running backs back there and you do 2 receivers, a tight end, and 2 running backs. Go a little more old school instead of having a third wide receiver. Or like you said, go double tight end. And you do these kind of things to give him some extra protection. Because I don't think you have to have 5, 6 wide receivers or pass, catchers on the field running crazy routes and everything to scheme to be open. This secondary is horrible.
No,
and I'm not suggesting on a weekly basis you can do that and make it work, but I think this week you can.
100%. Listen, if you go out with 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, and 1 running back, and you switch the tight end to like a fullback kind of position, and just start playing play action, different stuff around, confuse that defense. You have like a guy like Bellinger who stepped up big last week, who we liked his rookie year, who they just kind of put to the sideline. He's a guy that can block and catch.
Yeah.
He's a great guy to be there. I mean, I brought Manhertz because he's probably better than some offensive linemen at blocking.
I even threw this out as putting Bellinger and Manhertz on the line and putting Theo Johnson in the slot and putting Wandale and Slayton outside.
Yeah.
Like there's options and things you can do.
Yeah.
So,
he definitely mixed it up.
Yeah. So I mean we'll see what they do, but I mean there's definitely options, but I think they gotta help him really with the pass rush. That's what I think. Number 6, ironically, as we're talking about this, involve the tight ends. With Neighbors out, they're going to have to pick up some slack, guys. I think Theo Johnson's going to have a bigger role, like I said, than he's had so far as a Giant. And I don't know how he'll succeed or not in that role. Jury's still out on who Theo Johnson is in the NFL. Be very frank on that. If anybody has set what they think Theo Johnson is, prepare to possibly change it. Because we haven't seen what he can do yet, really. We've seen him make a couple big plays here and there. We've seen him drop a couple big plays here and there. But we haven't really seen him been a focal or a main point of the offense. He's more like an afterthought. Like, okay, I guess we'll throw to Theo Johnson.
And Wandale's there to try to tame you.
That's a whole separate issue. But like I said, he's going to have to be involved. Like you said, Bellinger, I'd like to see him involved. Manhertz is going to be a blocker. That's what he is. He's basically a third tackle when he's out there. But, they're going to have to pull, I don't want to say their own weight, but more than their weight even. Like they're going to have to become a bigger piece of this offense. Especially because we've said all along, what is the best security blanket for a rookie quarterback?
Usually a good old tight end.
A tight end. So they need to go ahead and become, consistent with getting those tight ends involved. Number 7, last one we got here. Keep the pressure going that you got on the quarterback lately. Like, listen, I got a lot of slack for saying, oh, well, the Giants had a great pass rush last week, but they also played mostly backups in the offensive line. I think everybody was just so excited, to be frank, with the win that they're just like that. I don't hear any negativity. But it's not negative. It's realistic. If you want me to not talk like that, then the Giants just got to repeat that performance. And they need big plays in this defense. They need to be helped get set up on the offensive side by the defense. They don't necessarily need 2 interceptions within the 5-yard line, but they need would
it be nice?
Yeah, it would be great. But they do need to, stop runs early, force them to punt where the Giants get good field position, those kind of things. Turnover, yeah, great. But I mean, pass rush and stopping third downs and that kind of stuff, like that's what's going to be the key to helping this offense. Because while we may not have a lot of faith in this defense, and I know for some of us it's because of the coordinator. While we may not have a lot of faith, who do you have more faith in right now, the offense or the defense? I got more faith in that defense just because of the players on it, not because of the coaching. It's in spite of the coaching. But look at our biggest names we have out there. Our best players.
I say that the Giants have a nice D.
I'm saying they have a nice defense. I know what you're on to. I see what you're on to. So, all right, let's see here. Let's get the rest of the comments here. Anthony says, I promise all love guys. Really just wanted to get Jake out. Oh, you're good, man. I know we got
He fell asleep.
It seems like every time the Giants play the Saints, it's always in New Orleans, never in New York. Yeah, this is the second. No, they played New York last year, didn't they?
Did they?
But I know they played a couple of years ago in New Orleans too, as well. So let me see here. Go back to Giants Saints 2024. Yes, it was at the Giants. It was at MetLife.
Yep.
So, but
2 years prior, it was there. Then it was.
Yeah. Well, it typically goes 50-50. So, I mean, it sounds bad.
Yeah, but then it was the 2018, 2016, it was at MetLife. And then 2015, it was was it down there in New Orleans?
Nolans. I don't know.
Nolans.
I would want some shrimp and grits now. Never had like New Orleans shrimp and grits. I mean, not like the bull that they say is New Orleans shrimp and grits, like actual New Orleans shrimp and grits.
No, I haven't been to Louisiana.
It is so good. It's not even funny, dude. I'm getting hungry right now just thinking about it. And it's funny because everywhere else I go to get it, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's New Orleans style shrimp and grits," and you get it, and it just has no flavor. It's like saying, like, I got New York style Chinese food outside New York. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I'll never forget being a Jersey boy, going out to California, visiting some family, and they're like, my grandmother goes, "Oh, we have New York style pizza." And I was like 8 years old. I'm like, "Oh, this is awesome out here. Like, I hear they don't have this out here." And she's talking up. And I get out there, she ordered Domino's.
Oh, now it's Domino's, this local joint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Friday, because I'm gonna be a little busy at work tomorrow. But on Friday, because tomorrow is opening up a brand new bagel shop in Tampa, where they import the bagels pre-made and everything, and then just cook them and heat them up there in Tampa from New York. It's called H&H, which is apparently a known bagel place in New York. I'd never heard of them before, but I always got Jersey bagels, not New York bagels.
New York.
I'd have to look it up. It's called H&H Bagels. So maybe somebody in the comments might happen to know. Let's see here. Bagels. Anthony says H&H is fantastic. See? Let's see here. I'm going to look for New York City so I can tell you where it is. You can let me know. It's on 2nd Ave. So, yeah, I mean, it's right in the heart of Manhattan, Upper East Side, which is, where you'd want bagels. I mean, so yeah, we'll find out. I'll find out. Like I said, I'm going to be going there.
Multiple locations. So.
Let's see here. Where'd he go? He got distracted by bagels now. Anthony says playing 15 yards off the line of scrimmage doesn't help stop the run. Wink looked better just because he stuffed the holes with blitzes. Yeah, we should blitz more with this defense, point blank. I don't know if they want to go to the same extent that they had with
75% of the time.
Yeah, but we should be blitzing a whole lot more, and we should definitely never ever go and prevent defense again. Like, just throw that play out. Needs to go.
Should be played 10% of the time.
Yes, not even 10. It should be played never. Should only be played when you're done, you've won. There's nothing they can do to stop you. Which, as Giants fans, we don't see that very often. Anthony says, my best friend is an Eagles fan. He's besides himself of what they are doing in Philly. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about you having a best friend who's an Eagle fan. Ace Spades, at least dart sacks aren't that deep, usually close to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true.
Well, listen, as a rookie, that's pretty impressive, but it's like his ability to move out of the pocket, but also step up in the pocket and feel kind of confident there. So, granted, he wasn't there much, but he was also there too long.
Yeah, I just feel like there's that time clock he has to get going, and that's all there is to it, and he'll be fine. That'll just take some time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll be fine. But at least not doing what Cam Ward did. Remember Cam Ward a couple weeks ago? He went back and lost 20 yards on a sack.
Oh my god!
It's insanity.
Try to extend the play. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Anthony says nothing is better than New Orleans po' boy. Yes, I'm telling you, there are a few places that I love traveling to just for the food, and New Orleans is definitely on that list. Like, I would love to go back just for the food, but not this year. Jay says, "Oh, sorry, had a call." You have no friends, Jay. We know better. Don't try to make up friends. This is Drew H&H is fantastic. Jay says, "Yeah, I don't want to hurt Dart." Wow. Listen, we changed our mind as the season went. You just want to start on week 1. We'll never know who was right in this. We'll never know.
That's definitely digging me, but wow.
Anthony says, "Only place I think is better than H&H is Tommy's in Manalapan on 33. You know what? I'm going to have to look that up because next time I'm in Manalapan, I'll take a look. Because that's probably right near. Let's see here. I'm looking to see.
Where's that by?
So it's right on 33. I'm trying to look. It's like I'm trying to look where it is in relation to like Tenant Road and that kind of stuff here. Okay, I see where it is here. So yeah, it's not too far from where I go to on a regular basis there because my mother lives in that area. So, but I guess it's like just a little bit west of the Monmouth Battlefield.
Okay.
So kind of
picking out over there.
Kind of like where 33 and Business 33 meet. Again,
Yeah.
Looks like. So
it's gonna be out that way probably. I see that.
Across from the car wash at 33, headed toward Freehold from the Turnpike. Like I said, I'll have to check it out. Last time I was there, I got like a pork roll, egg and cheese at some like place I never heard of. It was a gas station right by Tenant Road and 9. And it's like a weird gas station because they served all kinds of crazy food and stuff like that. But it wasn't bad. So I ain't complaining when I say it that way. But like I said, that's where I'm at. If you know the area, Anthony, I can tell you my mom lives over in Cover Bridge. There are 9. So I'm like I said, whenever I go to visit the area, I'm there pretty much the whole time.
Tommy's Bagels and much more.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try it out. I'll definitely try it out. So
definitely.
Anyway, where we go? We got distracted by bagels again.
And listen, I was about to say, if you guys are in Neptune, you got Bagel Talk, and you also got a hole in one right there by the Parkway.
And if you live in Florida, you just have to wait till you go back to Jersey.
Pretty much, that sucks.
That's why I'm curious about this H thing. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. Anthony says, "Yeah, prevent our win defense." Yeah, that's about right. Jason, I don't even hate the Eagles anymore. I don't have the energy. It was easier to hate them when we were competitive. Scary thing is you're not wrong on that because I kind of feel like the same way where I go into Eagles games now just intending to lose.
Yeah, it's kind of like trying to hate on the Patriots back in the day. It's like everyone's doing it because they're winning. It's just
it's not that it's not a rivalry. It's not fun anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've literally had the confidence kicked out of us at the point where I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. He says, "I'll hate the Eagles till I'm gone, Jay." Yes, like I said, we still hate them. There's a difference. But we're not like,
especially the fans.
We're not going rabid on them like we used to be because it's like the team won't help us. That's part of it. It's like how he was saying, "No, you guys stink. We're gonna whoop your butt," and then we lose like 35-3.
Listen, I have to do a lot of work in like Cherry Hill, Mount Laurel, Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, like
Motown,
Eagles territory, hands down. And it's just, how do you come back? Like we got Barkley. Screw you guys. You got a Super Bowl.
Ace of Spades says, "Not sure if they still exist, but when I was a kid, Eli's Bagels in Mattawan was great." Okay, I used to.
That's a good spot. It was a good spot.
Where is that?
That used to be right by 79, between 79 and like 34.
Okay, that's right where I lived.
You know where Chicken Holiday was?
It's permanently closed. It says.
Yeah, you know where Chicken Holiday was?
Chicken Holiday.
Hold on, Charlie Brown Steakhouse.
Oh, okay. It was next to the Strathmore Lanes. Yes, I've been there multiple times. Yes, because right in that same plaza, right by is the
Court
original.
Jester.
No, Lavodi's. You know me and Lavodi's.
Yeah, Court Jester.
I don't care.
Court Jester.
I want that freshly made mutz. That mutz there is so freaking amazing. It's not even funny.
Hey, listen,
So-
that Strathmore Lanes has become like a brewery kind of place that has a movie theater in it.
Is it now? It's one of those, huh?
It's not gonna lie. I went there a few years back. It was kind of cool.
Like I said, I haven't been to that area in so long. I drive by it from going from like Manalapan and Marlboro over to back to Hazlitt again, but I really haven't explored Matawan and all itself that much. Let's see here. Book and Tackle says Dart does a good job moving up and out of the pocket rather than going backwards. Yes.
100%.
And that's something that you heard at the draft, even because that was one of the knocks on Shedeur Sanders when he was coming out. Remember they said that.
Yeah. Well, the problem is when you drop 15 yards back and then you don't have a pass and you hold on the ball too long, you get a 15-yard sack. Compared to just like what was just said before, you get your sacks close to the line of scrimmage because you're stepping up in the pocket like what quarterback should be doing.
Yes. Let's see here. Go here. Jay says Dart has shown some good intangibles. Can he get to the second read or be comfortable? Should be all upsides from here. I was saying, I mean, like I said, that was a good defense he faced. So if in his first game playing a really good defense, if that's as bad as it gets, I'll take it.
I'm not gonna say it's all upsides from here. Like he had a hell of a rookie game, like his hell first start.
Yeah, but I get what he's saying. Like your worst game should be your first, especially when you're playing. It should be. But like to expect that to be like just all uphill from here. Like, listen, there's gonna be some battles. And don't be upset when it happens. Like he's still a rookie. Like, it's good. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, no, I got.
That being said, he should still be playing better than he did. Yeah, last week.
And then Anthony said about the bagel place. I'm there every Saturday. It's a few minutes away, and it's fantastic. Jason Drew eating gas station food. LOL. No, listen, you got to understand.
It's different down there.
It's also
you eat the gasoline.
I say it's a gas station, but it's actually a convenience store. I don't think there was a gas station involved. Anthony, you can let me know because you seem to know the area there. Because he even said, I know the gas station. I can't remember the name. I know the area well. Grew up in Monroe, right by the high school. I'm like 5 minutes away from Tommy. Oh, yeah. We know, like I said, we know the area well. We're both Mama County boys. So, let's see.
Be in that area Friday.
Bagels in California are huge and look like dough balls with no texture. No good. Yeah.
Or,
you know what I'm curious about?
Flagels, right? The flat bagels, Flagels.
And I can't remember the name of it, but you can look it up on like TikTok, whatever. You can see it. There's a place in New York that makes massive bagels, and they make pizza bagels with them. And what they do is they hollow it out, and they do a massive pizza. I'm like it fits a pizza box, like that kind of size. And they hollow it out, and they put all the toppings in it. And then what they do is the stuff they took when they hollowed it out, they make that into garlic nuts.
Interesting.
Yes, like I said, just look up huge pizza bagel. New York, it'll probably come right up on like TikTok or whatever. It's amazing. It makes me want to go there every time, but it's like a couple hours drive. Do I want to go a couple hours drive for a freaking pizza bagel when I go to visit?
Sure.
Yeah. Book and Tackle says here at North Georgia, we have Bronx Bagels, which is pretty close to New York. What part of North Georgia? I'm curious. I go up there all the time, actually. I'm trying to see real quick. Bronx Bagels. Is that Chamblee, it says Chamblee, which is outside of Atlanta. So I'm trying to see if I know your area, basically. I actually do know your area somewhat there. So I got a lot of family in like the in like Freeholm, Canton. My family's got a lake house in Lake Lanier, so I know the area pretty well. Been going there basically 7 in diapers. Anthony says, I don't think anything is good in Cali anymore. I'd assume the fish tacos. Isn't that what they're known for? Like the fish tacos?
It's a good plastic surgery, too.
Well, he's talking food-wise specifically because...
Well, you could definitely eat it.
There is a reason the Beach Boys sung and said they wish they all could be California girls, I'm sure. There, you see, Jay says women and tacos are good. See, I see it. We're not looking.
Both got it.
We're right there. He says fair points there. Jay says I don't get California either. Want to move to Florida or the mountains somewhere. Anthony says Chicken Holiday is the best fast food chicken. I don't know if I've ever eaten there too. I don't think I have.
It's good stuff.
Anthony says you have to go to Bella Italia in Monroe for fresh mozzarella.
That's a market over there. It's not far from where South Brunswick Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was, but it's also really close to Dough Father Pizza.
I'm telling you, I get hooked.
And listen, Dough Father Pizza is fantastic because you just sit there and you walk in, and everything's obviously making fun of the Godfather. It's the Dough Father. We'll make you a crust you can't refuse.
Can you tell we're like doing this show hungry? And the crazy thing is, I ate beforehand. Like I said, I had tacos. You know, my father-in-law's birthday today, so we had like cupcakes and everything afterwards and all too. And I'm still hungry.
Nice.
I'm still hungry. Jay said they had a guy from New York open a bagel shop here called Garden City Bagels. Best bagels I had here. Guy got busted for child molestation. Well,
is he a Long Island guy? Because there you go. That's Garden City for you.
Jay says our bagel look here. Yeah, there's a couple places now that are doing we'll import the water and stuff here in Tampa. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm curious to see with this. This is crazy that I just mentioned a bagel shop opening. We've talked about food now for like half an hour, it seems like.
Yeah, just that.
Anthony says, Pagiza or Utopia, Drew, for the pizza bagels. That's why I'm fat. Let me see here. Let me see. Huge pizza bagel. Let me see if I can find it for you. Because like I said, this place was amazing. Utopia. It is Utopia. Now that I saw the picture and all, yeah, it was Utopia. Like I'm telling you, these things are amazing looking. Like I want to go there so bad. It's not even funny. Like if I'm ever out there in that area, then I'll definitely stop by. But you're talking like that's like, let me see where they're at here. Utopia. It's Whitestone. So that's I don't really go out that area ever. Like nothing against it. It's just, you know, I'm trying to see how long that would even be for a drive for me to go from Manalapan here when I stay over in Jersey. Yeah, like an hour and 15 minutes plus probably $30 in tolls, you know.
Oh, these days, yeah.
Exactly. As Jay says, you guys eat too much. Yeah.
Or not enough. We're in Jersey, not California. The food's good out here. And we also have good Mexican food too.
I'm in Florida, but I know the good spots food-wise here. That's what matters.
Yeah.
My Italian place has a nice gelato stand they opened up now. I'm so curious to try that. Deb says Olive Garden. Jason's Golden Corral.
I one up you
out there. Is Sizzler even a thing?
I don't know. Did he go out of business?
Yeah.
It's like Red Lobster. I feel like Red Lobster almost went out of business.
Yeah. Red Lobster was a whole situation. You got to look up the whole thing. It's a little crazy.
It's crazy there.
It's all to sell shrimp. Anthony says Dough Father is to die for, bro. The Grandma Square is fantastic.
So good.
Born to sports. Salute, fellas. Go Big Blue. Listen, we're not here to talk about football anymore. We're on food, goddamn.
Yeah. But listen, if you guys are in the Neptune area too, there's a Brooklyn Square pie. I think there's one in Jaxson. Actually, I think there's one in Manalapan too. Brooklyn Square. They do it upside down.
Is Pete and Elvis thing still a thing? You got the big.
It is actually. It's funny. I almost my old man when he came to Jersey wanted to go to Pete and Elvis.
Yeah.
And I got there with the little guy, and we had an hour and 15-minute wait, and we're like, "Yeah, we're not waiting that. Let's go somewhere else."
I've always wanted eating competitions. I thought that'd be fun. So.
Dude, well, it's a thing, right? So, like, you literally could like fold a pie, like slice it in half and eat them.
Listen, I've seen like 90-pound girls with those shirts on saying I eat whole pie, so I'm sure they're not big.
Yeah,
Just saying. Ace of Spades says thin crust pizza, Fredericksburg and Freehold, or Pete and Elders and Neptune. There you go. See?
There you go.
Jay says the only bagels you're going to be eating is 0, as in 0 touchdowns or wins. Oh, stop. Bucket Tackles, BB Bagels that I'm talking about is Alpharetta, Forsyth County. Oh, I know Alpharetta very well. One of my favorite breakfast places is there. The old-fashioned, the original Pancake House, which is a chain, and I usually hate chains, but that location in Alpharetta is absolutely amazing. They make an apple pancake. And this thing literally is a whole flipped over cast iron pan, basically. It's absolutely goddamn amazing. But yeah, as I said, it's I go to that area all the time. A straight shot up 400 to Pilgrim Mill Road, if you know that area over there in Cumming, where my family's cabin is, and also, yeah, it's like I said, I know the area very well. Anthony says, Ace, the best thin crust is in Freehold is Fred Rishi's. Is that Fred Rishi's? Am I saying it right?
I think it's Fredericks.
Frederick?
Frederick's.
There's no K. I don't know. Is it Frederick's a Hollywood? They do things.
They're Italian. It's Frederick.
Usually, honestly, when I go there, I'm in such a rush. It's not even funny to like do a whole bunch of things. So like last time when I went down there, we were there for that the last preseason game. I actually went to Carlos's on Route 9 in Manalapan in there for pizza before I left because I didn't have a chance to eat pizza yet. That's like the closest pizza that I knew was at least decent. So I wouldn't say amazing, but not bad. Ironically enough, when I was talking to the guy there, one of the guys there was actually works there, was friends with Justin Pennick of the Talking Giants too.
That's funny.
So let's see here. Born for Sports, LMAOO. I guess I'm late to the party. You're never too late to the party. It's just fashionably late to the party. It's okay. Fashionably late. Anthony says, yeah, the Brooklyn Square in Manalapan is right next to my barber. I venture to it every 2 weeks. Really good pizza. Born to Sports, Sicilian pizza. Mario's in Connecticut. I honestly don't know anything about food in Connecticut whatsoever, but I know like Hartford is supposed to have like its own type of pizza because of what Dave Portnoy has taught me about pizza.
I was about to say, and he gave like a really good rating to Connecticut pizza, and
You'll
see that in New York. You'll see that in New York billboards still like, oh, Connecticut pizza better. It's like here in the middle of New York or like Midtown, and it's like get the hell out of here, especially for
I want only two types of pizza I want: New York pizza or Detroit style pizza. I love that deep dish, like the true deep dish, like kind of thick crust kind of pizza sometimes too. I could be the mood for either one. So let's see here. Where'd it go? Here. Oh, here we go. A space, damn autocorrect. I meant Federici's. Okay, yeah, Federici's, I know.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. Not Frederick's of Hollywood. Okay, Federici's. Bookhead Tackles is nice. I'm close to exit 13, 14. Yeah, like I said, I'm up in that neck.
Right there by the airport.
What was that?
Exit 13, 14. Are you talking about the turnpike? So he's right by New York Airport.
Talking about Georgia.
Ah.
Yeah. So, so like where my family's cabin is, I get off at exit 16. So literally like 2 exits before is where he's at, which I think that's where all the like the big shopping plazas and all with my favorite. Okay, it's gonna sound bad. I'm making sound like an alcoholic now, but they have the huge liquor store there next to the Walmart and all. Like literally, you name an alcohol, they have it there. It's amazing. This place is like more ciders than anybody else too. It's amazing. Jason's name drop. I didn't name drop Dave Portnoy. I just said his name. I don't actually know Dave Portnoy. It is far from me. Bookend of 5 minutes from exit 8. No, see, Anthony's got it confused too. He's talking Georgia.
Yeah, that's it. He's really right down in Monroe, like Cranberry, like the turnpike exit. Like listen, hey, yeah. Romeo's over there, right by Don Pepe's. Also, some pretty good pizza as well.
See, Anthony says, "Oh, never mind, Bookend. You're uber far from
me."
Yeah, Bookend. Next time they play the Falcons, let me know if you go to the game because I was actually there for last year for that too. It was a lot of fun.
I agree with you. I see.
That's a freaking awesome stadium, by the way. I always tell people that's like one of my favorite stadiums to go to now. Born for Sports, New York pizza always the best, but let me tell you, since I moved to Connecticut, their pizza is in the conversation. Westbury, New Haven. See, but I think it's like, isn't that like the people like the burnt crust there? Because I know that's what Portnoy likes. Like, I don't want a burnt crust. And it's going to sound weird.
The undercarriage. It's not so much you like the burnt crust. You don't want the flop. It's something that gives you the texture to hold.
I want the flop. Like, I want the soggy grease pouring off of it pizza. That's what I want. That's New York style to me. I love that. I don't need the crisp and the crunch and all that stuff. Okay, I'm not going for a goddamn Butterfinger. I want a goddamn pizza. So that's what I want. See, we want the flop.
Give me the flop.
Let's see here. It is. I really thought only us in Jersey went off of highway exits. He was just trying to give me a roundabout, I think, without telling me exactly where he lived, which I get. It's online. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
Creepers everywhere.
Especially Drew.
Yes. Now I know where Bookend lives. Ooh. I'll just text them randomly. I'm at exit 14. Where are you?
I'm at the restaurant.
He's never watching the show again. Oh my God, Anthony's Bookends is about 900 miles, Anthony. Yeah, it's like 16 hours usually when I've done it from there, from that part of Jersey to that part of Georgia, because I've done it multiple times, and it's like, but there's no good way to do it. You go 95, you hit all the traffic in DC and Virginia and all, or you can go around and go 81 and you don't hit traffic, but you're taking more miles. So there's no good way really at that point there. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it is a quick hop and a skip away Bookend. Let's see. Born for Worse. Now they favor more thin, but the thick slices hit different. Like I said, I like different ones. Let's see here. Anthony says, Rob, I just bought the tickets to the Giants Packers game. There we go.
Listen, we're gonna have to beat up pregame, man. We'll have to put beers. We'll pass out some cards. Yeah. Hey, see, we'll meet up.
As Book and Tackle says 95 or 81. Exactly. Like I said, it depends which way you want to go. The scenic route where you'll be moving but drive more, or the route you'll probably get there a similar time frame and it's less miles, but you'll be sitting in traffic forever. I've done both. You got to go like 66 from 495 to get across Virginia to go down 81, or you can go like 78, go a little bit north, go 78 to Pennsylvania, go 81 down that way. No, there's no good way to do that. It is what it is. My good way I always tell people is leave and just drive through the night.
I was about to say, get up at like 3 o'clock and start.
No.
This way you miss that DC traffic.
So last time I drove up to your area, I left here at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, that's different. I was talking from here down there.
Yeah.
I was doing reverse.
No, I'm just saying, though, like that's what you do. You leave like 10 o'clock at night. It'll be the middle of the night at that point when you get out of there, Anthony, I could take some tips on a new vacuum. Look board with a Blackstone. Look for the big floor with a Blackstone behind it.
Definitely listen.
You just
hit us up.
Him. You can't do that. So now that we've talked like half an hour on just pizza, bagels, and geographic locations here, guys, it's gonna call it a night for us.
100%.
Appreciate you guys coming on with us here. Fun talk beyond the football stuff. Even that's always nice with you guys there. But like I said, we're gonna go ahead and call it our night here. Oh my God, Ace of Spades. Medium Pepsi is underrated. But we'll be back again tomorrow night with you all, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, going over our picks for this week here as I try to recoup from losing back-to-back weeks here. I'm confident. I have no clue.
I thought you were confident week 3 and confident week 4. What happened?
I'm confident every goddamn week. Listen, if there's one thing I'm not lacking, it's confidence. Ability, maybe. Confidence, definitely not. So, guys, as always, we are live on YouTube, the preferred platform, of course, but also Facebook, Twitter /X, Twitch, and of course, Rob's favorite,
my LinkedIn
profile. And of course, as always, we're available the next day on all the audio podcast platforms as well. Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all the big ones there. Guys, if you haven't already, again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, tell a friend, because point blank, we suck at marketing. We need your help. We'll see you guys again Thursday night. And again, as always, if you don't have plans on game day, we'll be here. I'll be here for play-by-play, and Rob and me will be doing a post-game show afterwards there. So, a good way to go ahead and mute the announcers, because let's be honest, all we do is complain about announcers anyway. And come on in here. We'll have a good time together, maybe have a couple beers and watch some football there. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Appreciate you guys for watching as always. And as always, Giant fans.
Go J-Man!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.